Interesting times ahead, especially for Luminosity. Essentially, a team who got in via roster swap, SK moving to SK, but the slots are owned by teams. Luminosity pick up a new roster, and boom, they find themselves in the biggest league in the world, essentially. So what can we expect from this team? I think there's a giant question mark on not only the team, but how to pronounce all the names. So they had a player who has been replaced. I think his name was Cryo, and he's been replaced with SHZ or SHZ.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be interesting, isn't it? Pronouncing all those ones. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what to expect really from them. I haven't casted a game of theirs before, and they're gonna be up against Optic, which Optic are interesting because they could well end up being top 3. They have that potential is there for them. It's early days in the league, but the skill that they're showing, the improvement they're showing, is really promising. It's quite fun to watch, and I mean they will be kicking things off on Train, which is one of their best maps, if not their best map. So
it is their pick. So
Luminosity are going to have a tough time. There's no doubt about that, to be honest.
Recent matches for Luminosity, they've played in best of 3s. They've lost 0-2 to Renegades. They've lost 0-2 to Liquid. 0-2 to Immortals. They've lost 0-2 to Echo Fox, but also beaten Echo Fox 2-0. So how will they do to a new look Optic? I don't know. But also, I'm quite curious as to how Optic approach them, because Optic probably have a degree of unfamiliarity with Luminosity. They're not a team they're going to be playing every week in, week out. So are they, if they don't have like the hard counters or some serious expectations, then who knows? I mean, they have a head-to-head a long time ago where Optic won. I think I presume they were on under a different team banner, 16-2, but that was in May. So Optic have gone through quite a few changes since then. Obviously, this roster has gone through some changes as well with recent lineup additions. So really, we are going in with open minds, open ears, and open eyes.
The thing is, I think with Train's one of the easier maps, I think, for a team. Where they can just say, we have this way of playing the game. We can just easily do this. We don't have to adapt too much to the other team, because it's not too much adaptation, I think, for Train. I think Train is interesting because it's one of the maps where it shows just really good grip of just all the fundamentals. And also, you also need a very good situational awareness on a map like Train, especially when there's chaos in the A yard, because you have to very quickly track if somebody dies, or 2 of your teammates die, let's say on the CT side, you have to understand where you're suddenly weak, and that can happen just like in an instant, like no other map almost. And you can get assaulted from all different kinds of angles with all the trains all over the place. So it can be quite like situational awareness is a really big skill on Train. But generally speaking, the CTs, you can't get too aggressive. It's mostly about just covering all the angles in the most correct way. If you feel presence here or there, just interpreting the play. Just there's not too much rotation. Generally, you can rotate between the bomb sites quite quickly. You can give up the B bomb site easily and play fairly statically. It's more about those routine, drilled, practiced positions and how you team play around the coordination. So I feel like it's a good map for Optic from many senses, not just because it's their best, but because they don't have to adjust too much for their opposition.
Perhaps they are choosing this map against this team. I mean, maybe it's because it's their best map. Maybe it's because they just feel like playing it. Or maybe it's to kind of reduce risk or limit risk, if you will, because of those reasons you just gave. Who knows? I believe the knife is just about to start with these 2 teams. I'm very curious to see what there is to offer. This is the pick of Optic. Luminosity in the second match being the home team. Again, just to remind you guys, the away team vetoes 2 maps. The home team picks from the remaining 5. They've gone for Overpass, which seems to be very popular with Brazilian teams.
Yeah, rematch up today, and there's no surprise really. I think, again, with the Brazilian Counter-Strike scene, I think there's a lot of Fallen in there. And if you guys have ever or not watched any Games Academy videos, you should definitely do so. There's a bunch in English now, and there are even ones which are not in English. I think the Overpass series that there is, I'm not sure if there's an English version, but quickly to finish my point, I think there's a subtitled version, so you should definitely watch that, and you can get an idea as to how the Brazilians think about Counter-Strike, because you better believe they are learning from Fallen. Now, Optic already losing a man. Tarik will spot the rush, and it's as simple as that. The rush comes in, and it's all about just hitting headshots for the CTs, but they got to go close here with those USPs, or maybe they don't.
2 players left for Luminosity. Got a rotation coming in. Now it's last man standing versus 4, and it won't be standing for long. So the round will go the way of Optic PKL, last man standing there. He's done. So let's see. Will Optic go for the will Luminosity go for the surprise force buy in the second round, or will they save and go for the AKs?
I wonder how to pronounce SHZ or Z, or is it Shiz?
Shiz? I'm going for Shiz.
Shiz, maybe.
I'm going to go for Shiz. I'm sure this is going to
can
enrage people who will tweet me here and there, but
yeah, just send us the tweets as to how it is supposed to be correctly pronounced.
Pronounced?
Correctly pronounced. Correctly pronounced. And looks like Stanislaw can have a fun time here. Couple kills for him, long range and mixwell, so it should be a pretty easy cleanup. I think this will be a fast affair with Luminosity just going in at the moment, which is as expected. And one player, Shiz, SHZ, he's looking for the flanking player. Wow, the bomb actually gets planted here. Whoa, okay. That is nice. 2 kills made as well. All of a sudden, they only had 2 players left, but they managed to get the bomb down and 2 frags. That is pretty good work by Luminosity in that situation. Now, Optic being one of the I would say at the moment top 3, top 4 teams in the league, or they are favourite for those spots. This should be an affair on paper in which they should win quite easily. So it will be interesting to see if it goes to our expectation, because many matches so far have not. And Mix will be straight onto the AWP. CT side train orb on Mixwell. That is what we have come to know and love about Optic. But of course, Tarik is going to be picking that up in a lot of situations as well.
Molotovs will force Mixwell from his position. LG quickly moving over towards B, taking spaces that the CTs try to dominate. Bomb left towards the entrance to T main. So they can go in either direction. 2 players in B for Optic, just biding their time, waiting for Luminosity, who may be waiting for Optic to exhaust most of their utility. More information being taken, and space. Again, there was a CT there earlier on. But what will Luminosity choose to do? Most of the utility is gone, all the smokes have gone, just a few counter flashes. Tarik playing close. We saw a lot of action here from Optic on a previous train this week. Really nice aggressive responses to smoke executes. Luminosity not giving much away, really biding their time here. NAF starting to have a look now. Not sure if he spotted one or both players, but there's no movement from Optic whatsoever. Shiz flying down the pop dog, but Tarik ready and waiting. NAF going down towards the Ivy area, but still no movement from the CTs. They are non-believers. They haven't seen the bomb just yet, but it's moving into A.
It certainly is. Rush is in a good position though, and this sheer angle might be a problem. Oh, the timing is looking good here. Rush picks up both kills. He can back away freely if he wants to, but he is going to take the engagement now that he knows who the final player is. In fact, Stanislaw will finish it off. So things will be going well here for Optic after all. It looked like a bit of a chance there for Luminosity, but it is eventually shut down, and it's going to be NAF who's got the AWP in hand. So that will be interesting to see, but this was the play really. And it's very difficult in the train yard late into the round to know where people can possibly be standing. Very difficult on this map. Luminosity with a save now, though. I expect them all to die. Oh God. That was close. Waiting for some of those pre-nades to go away. Biding their time, but death is inevitable. It's final.
Death and taxes, unless it's Trump. Apparently doesn't pay his taxes. Stanislaw moving close to the pop. Is the bomb on the high ground or the low ground? Oh, he's lagged out. He's lagged out, Dan. I know a lag out when I see one. And
he's a lagger.
Nobody is moving.
Oh.
Okay.
I love that sound. The sound of the water. That has been present since Half-Life 1.
Do you remember when you used to alt-tab out of the game and alt-tab back in, and all the dead bodies on the server would just collapse around you? That was interesting.
I actually have not heard that water sound in a long time, and it's awesome.
Yeah, when somebody has or something has a weird internet error, that will happen. Anyway, 3 ops on the map now. 2 of them on the CT side, and 1 onto Luminosity. Again, they're going for 2 plays towards Ivy. Will they go for that boost play? No, he's going to jump straight past the angle. SHOOWTiME takes a lot of damage, but he's passed. And his teammates will hold the angle. But I think there's a bit of confusion. Okay, don't worry about that. Everything is continuing. Down goes Stanislaw. Over towards B. 4 players in A, but mixwell will be rotating. Not pushing the site just yet. Luminosity being very careful, using the time afforded to them.
Yeah, they're starting to get close now. Mixwell will detect this. Smoke is down though, but he surely expects there to be someone behind it, at least 1 player. Could be a fake though, but Rush will get taken out on Ali. So now Mixwell's actually going to rotate out of B. So there's a flank on for Luminosity. This looks like a very strong round. I don't see how this could really go all that wrong for them. But that said, 2 kills coming in. The flank though is going to be massive. Great kill from Mixwell. He gets another one, and the flank is only just coming now. Slightly too late. And now Tarik knows where he is as well. Has to pick up the UMP again. And this is a problem. Bomb is carried now, surely by Destiny as he moves forwards, grabs it, has to get out of there though, and plant the bomb unless he can finish off the frag. Tarik knows he just has to play the time right now and starting to run away.
Oh my god.
And Destiny can't get the kill. Oh, that's an embarrassing way to finish the round. Tarik was in 2 minds as well as to what to do in a couple of spots there. And Optic, oh goodness gracious me, will be taking the round.
That was, talk about Tom and Jerry. Just about escaping repeatedly. Very, very awkward stuff. Luminosity playing extremely slow, but nothing on the board just yet. They have another buy, but this time they've got a lot less utility. Perhaps this will speed things up for them. You'll have to see a number of players around PopDog heading towards the B bomb site. There is a smoke, and indeed, the pop flash from the upper area. But again, Optic ready, waiting, willing. Bomb on the floor. Destiny may meet fate in this particular round. It's a nice pop flash though. It's very dangerous. There's a dangerous angle that the CTs can hold at the bottom of the ramp there with an AWP. Really nasty stuff if you're on the T side, unless you get the pop flash in there, which Luminosity did. So they've got the attention to detail, but they did run into the blender on this occasion. Looking at the money from Optic, well, actually, they don't have a lot of money in the bank, Optic, which is surprising considering it's 5-0, soon to be 6. So it's important for them to hold on with as many players as possible. Luminosity not wanting to give anything up. They need all the edges they can get in this matchup, but they won't find them in that round.
Yeah, it's sad for them because they maybe have lost one of their best chances back in one of those previous rounds where we saw the flank come in way too late, and during the time when the flank was coming in too late, Mixwell picks off 2 or 3 kills there, and obviously Tarik is able to somehow escape certain fate. 6-0 here for Optic. Do you remember that clip when I think it was Tarik was eating cereal and killing people with a pistol? Do you remember that clip?
I do remember that clip, yeah. I missed the days
when he was shirtless on the stream.
I do, yeah, because it was just humorous. It was very humorous. But he got wrecked by cam girls, Dan.
Yeah, I mean it's really harmless. His brand. It's quite funny how his brand got shut down because of a rule. His entire brand.
That's a shame.
I built my brand on this. This is my brand. And we're talking about if you are unaware, Tarik used to not having his shirt on was basically is the name of his stream. No shirt Tarik.
No Shirt TV, yeah, it's the name
No
of his
shirt
channel.
TV.
No Shirt TV.
But how do you make a shirt for No Shirt TV, James? How do you make the shirt for that?
Well, there's a way. I guess you could have a shirt with like the outlines of muscles on. I don't know if you saw, there was a series of t-shirts at Street Fighter. This is obscure for CSGO guys. But there was a series of shirts that Capcom did for Street Fighter 4. They had some Blanca shirts actually, which I gave away in a 5 vs 5. But they had like outlines of characteristics from players. But you could just have an outline of, I don't know, muscles or something, whatever.
It would be really weird to wear it though if you're like really out of shape. It wouldn't really
be ironic.
Yeah, highly ironic, I suppose.
Triple XL.
As is the entire concept of having a shirt for No Shirt. But we're back into the matchup, 6-2-0. And so far, Luminosity had one good chance, one good round, but it devolved into madness, and Tarik won with experience. Now we've got all the Tech 9s to cause chaos, and this is part of the situational awareness I was talking about, players swarming you from all over the place, and Tarik will die. Stanislaw comes in from the back though, surely he gets the cleanup and the bomb and the second kill, and maybe even the round. Tap, tap, and the round is awarded to Optic. Almost said CLG, because I looked at LG, but Optic will win.
7-0 so far, so good for the Optic side.
Will we see auto snipers? That is what I want to know.
Oh, they'd have to lose some AWPs first. Mixwell's got 9k, NAF Lion 7,400. So it's looking all good in the hood for the time being for Optic, starting to build some money now. Will we see another slow round from Luminosity? We've got Yell on the AWP. Everything's slowing down. I like the sound of wood cracking in that Molotov. That's definitely been taken from some kind of bonfire, because you can hear the crackle. It's a bonfire Molotov, Dan. You throw the Molotov and boom, there's a bonfire.
Need a tinder for that.
A tinder?
Yeah. That's how you can make bonfires or fires. Get a tinder match.
Oh, what's the tinder? I thought you were talking about the app.
No.
I don't know what tinder means.
Maybe you should look it up, like you looked up Kitty, because you're looking stuff up all the time. If you like it so much, why don't you go do it now?
If you insist, Dan.
All right. Well, LG, Luminosity, they are waiting and waiting and waiting for a very delayed A set piece, but the setup from Optic is really good, actually. They have players pretty far forward on the yard, which is quite nice. Often some teams will try to pressure Ali to pull the forward players in the yard back, but that is not the case here. There's very limited presence at all from Luminosity, so they'll have to face people up close and personal, and Rush will get the frag there, although the trades come in. Luminosity. Oh, Stanislaw. Very nicely done. Bringing his team back from an unfavorable position, but NAF is still alive as the last man standing here. And the time is really a problem that you have to plant right now. NAF knows that. He's going to go straight for the angle onto the bomb. Can he get there in time? Not quite. Looking for the player who just planted. And the Tech 9 comes out, but it's not enough. And welcome to the scoreboard, Luminosity.
Tinder. Noun. Dry, flammable material such as wood or paper used for lighting a fire.
See?
Example, they slashed down the undergrowth for tinder.
See? Tinder in a match.
So you could also slash down the undergrowth for tinder in another way there. One round on the board for Luminosity. They need to put in work here. They've got the AWP, they've got the AKs, they've got little money in the hole. Although again, the money for Optic, they've got a big buy coming straight back out, but there isn't much left after this buy. Both teams require success.
Optic are playing pretty passively early into the round. They don't have any 40-yard control at the moment. And that's just, you know, one of the basic mix-ups. I was talking about a lot of the basic setups on Untrained. For example, you don't have to respond too much to information that you get. If you get like a lot of presence on Ali, you don't necessarily have to play a bunch of players far away from the or rather, you don't have to take people away from the front of the yard to pull them back. It's just a choice, really. It's very viable otherwise to keep them up there. Play what you know on Train. And Luminosity perhaps playing what they know with the push into the B-bomb site. The bomb is not there, though. It's a bit of a It's a bit of a guise here as to what they really want to do. It's a sham. There is no B push. Where's the bomb?
I like that HE from mixwell combined with the Molotov. Not enough to win the round, however. 3-3. Bomb needs to make it to one of these bomb sites. I'm not sure if Tarik was seen making it onto the bomb site there. Yell waiting for him, so it appears he was. Mixwell unable to answer back. Man advantage for the T's. Moving towards the site. 20 seconds left, and Rush and Mixwell have most of the site covered. There is a player on the high ground, no, PKL. But a bomb will go down in the only place it could. Rush ready, and he'll get the kill. But PKL's got the angle on him. That money won't be appearing from the HE kill. Mixwell going for hero defuse. His movement doesn't hit a shot down to the USP. He can't do it. They've been broken down. I do believe that Optic have been financially broken. And the comeback trail is open for LG, but will they do the pilgrimage?
The cool thing is that Optic have the money that they could just all buy just CCZs, maybe a smoke and a flash, something like that would be a really nice round for them. They don't even have to buy any Kevlar in this situation. They do decide to do that on a few players though. And the CZs on this map are really, really strong. Really strong, especially in the A train yard. Just have to look at Old Fnatic to see that, how good it is. You can peek out very quickly, spray a full clip into somebody, get a kill, and then fall back immediately. And it's very hard. You have to go for deep peeks to take down those players. However, they've gone with the Deagles, and they're getting picked off. And that's part of the reason why I think I even favored the CZs over the Deagles. Because the CZs are usually going to be more of a confirmed kill if you get those one-on-ones a lot of the time. A lot of the time.
Mixwell has an AK, and he's dead.
Get a demo of Flusher, watch the rounds where he has a CZ, and watch how he uses it on train. On the CT side, and you will see what I mean. You will see what I mean.
Back on the buyer, Optic. Back on the AWP is Mixwell. Just the one, though, for now.
Flusher's king CZ. He's the king of the CZ.
You can draw some comparisons, actually, with Optic and Fnatic in the sense that they have many players capable of picking up the AWP. We've seen NAF fly AWPing. Obviously, it seems Tarik might be the primary AWPer in many cases now. Mixwell, obviously, especially on train, can be quite spectacular for his team of the AWP.
He's just godlike, generally, as well. He's kind of like their version of Simple, although you can't really, it's hard to compare Simple to anybody, but he can be very, very strong with the rifle, the AK as well. It's kind of scary sometimes, the kind of clutches you can see from him, but we shall see. We shall see. Right now, Optic are ready to receive any pushes. Again, it's just one of those situations where you just have a setup and you just wait.
And wait and wait.
Yeah, I mean, Luminosity, they're not really pressuring areas very much. Like, one thing you would expect, or you could expect to see from a T-side team is maybe they're going to invest 2 or 3 players early into the round to use grenades to try and win an angle away from an AWPer with a flashbang or something, take the angle up, see if you can push up a little bit, Molotov one side, try to isolate one of the players, maybe get the pick, maybe just do it for the sake of presence, maybe pull players back from the front of the yard, then re-execute into the A site from a different location. There's all kinds of options, but Luminosity are quite passive generally. SHOOWTiME walks out, but again, Optic, they're not really buying it. They're just holding their positions and fragging. That's all they're doing.
Pushing the site. Oh, they're lining up for stanislaw. That allows them to do lots of damage despite not getting many kills. SHZ with 2 frags there. Down to 3 versus 3, and there's another one for SHZ. Looking to ace the team perhaps. Well, it will be 4 for him.
Wow, okay.
So the internet have told me that it's SHZ, which is 3 syllables rather than 1, which is a pain when you're trying to cast fast. But there we go. 3 rounds between the 2 sides. Optic broken again. How far can the Brazilians claw back the score? They can still lead towards the end of the half. They keep breaking Optic's money, taking the wallet, setting it on fire.
If you said H like I do, then it would be less of a problem for you. I think.
SHZ.
Yeah.
But it's H, Dan.
No, it's H. It's funny because I think there's like a regional thing where you can say it both ways, and it's correct, but you're wrong. It's H.
Deagle kill starts the proceedings for the Optic side. Luminosity not making a sound as we run into the last few rounds of the first half. Again, they have a deficit like many Western economies. And some elsewhere. Maybe just many economies then. Bish, bosh, ding dong. Luminosity are in a 2 versus 5 situation.
They are getting just picked apart. This is really weird, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean,
5 players survive.
What is that round?
2 AKs.
It's like they have no. It's like the shift button is stuck down. They just died one by one with no response.
Yeah.
And Optic have been let all the way back into the half. That is, I don't know what to say. Double ops now for Optic. I was looking forward to a nice comeback from Luminosity in this half. I mean, there's still a chance. They've still got the guns. Apart from SHOOWTiME on Tech 9. Tarik off to a good start, and it seems Luminosity is speeding things up. SHZ kind of in the B bomb site, but he's alone, and the bomb is all the way over towards T-Spawn. Maybe checking a flank, but maybe the bomb carrier shouldn't be doing that. Coming back to join his team now, who are slowly emerging like a worm through the earth. SHZ going for the duel, but it won't be one. 5 versus 2 once again, but this time Optic start the round with the guns. And there's no answer from Luminosity. PKL has the bomb, which means he has opportunity, but Optic have Molotovs.
That they do. They don't really. They're not sweating at all in this situation. They are dry, as if they'd rubbed antiperspirant all over their bodies, completely bone dry, James. As they are covered in antiperspirant, which prevents them from perspiration.
Okay.
Yeah. Having a good time. Cool, calm, collected.
Cool, calm, and collected.
Considered, calculated, clinical. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all the alliteration I can provide.
This is weird. I don't know.
It's kind of like the Optic's just like, yeah. I mean, this is what I said as well. Like they will just be able to sit there, and Luminosity have to try and walk in and kill them. It's like so simple as that, because partly it's Trame and partly Optic don't have to adjust at all. They can just wait for mistakes and just punish them.
I'm going to stand here with my grenade. I'm going to get shot in the face. I made that on the fly, and it's awesome. mixwell refuses to back down, and an AWP has been picked up, and that might slow Luminosity down. I think if he backed off, then maybe there's a faster play, but I do feel like, oh man.
Oh, straight in the mouth.
Face, in the mouth, wow.
In the mouth.
Oh, like, oh, who's that? Who's the last drug lords in the Wire? Marlow, not Marlow. Is it Marlow?
I don't know. All I remember is Stringer.
Marlow shoots a girl in the mouth. Yeah. Anyway, they're all dead, Dan. So we can move on. Last round of the first half, 10-4 for Optic. Score could have been different, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. It isn't.
I'm trying to remember more characters from the Wire now, but I can't remember that
Look
many.
them up on IMDb.
Yeah.
At your own leisure.
Omar. Okay, so Luminosity going for a fast play now, switching up the pace after many slow rounds, looking for the fast entries here. Tarik to whittle them down there one by one, using that AWP of his. SHOOWTiME pressing the issue. The bomb is still making its way forwards, but look at all these flanks that are actually happening really quickly, very reliably every single time. Luminosity go for a fast play outside. The flank invariably comes in to cut them to pieces, to cut them asunder. And there is the final kill from Stanislaw, 11-4. Could have been a couple more rounds, perhaps, considering the there was a round where Luminosity lost 2 players to rush on that plant very early on. There was the round where we recently saw where they lost against Pistols with 5 players surviving. Like, there was some more winnable rounds for Luminosity, I have to say, but across the board you can see that Optic are just very comfortable and just better. They are better.
They are comfortable, as some French people say. Optic isolating players, giving themselves the numbers advantage. Look at them streaming out of the pop dog area, approaching the site. That smoke may allow the bomb to go down. Lovely stuff from Optic, and Luminosity can but stand and watch. Stanislaw getting tagged by a teammate. NAF Light taking SHZ down, and there come the Lemmings. Burst fire, that's where you need it at close range. We saw Freiburg doing it earlier, but unfortunately his opponent was further away. Up close, face to face, burst fire will prevail. It used to be so good in this game, honestly. It was so good. I used it all the time. I abused it. I abused that. I abused it.
Used and abused.
I was almost going to make a Pulp Fiction reference, but I stopped myself because it's probably far too early for such shenanigans.
Well, we got some long-range Deagle there, just a consolation kill, perhaps for PKL. We'll have to see if it can, as things transpire, there is more to be done. For Luminosity, obviously, all Optic really need to do is just go together somewhere. I mean, honestly, one of the worst things for them to do would be to try to just poke, like, one at a time from team main. That would be one of the worst things to do, I think, in a round like this. They could easily all combine and go together through team main, maybe, or split from Pop Dog and team main. They can go, together alone on together alone. That's a nice way to put it. They can go together, all together onto the B bomb side. Or through rally. There's just so many options in that sense, and we'll see them take the B bomb site option, leaving one player guarding the flank. Very nice. One of the better ways to play the round, that's for sure, from that position. I'm so happy they didn't walk out for frags, James, and then get their head shot off because of disrespect or complacency or lack of focus or something similar.
PKL's legs are apparent, and he's been taken. The wind has sweeps him off his feet. Someone's having fun with the horn of their train or vehicle then. Because there are trains. This is the map called Train.
Yeah.
But there's also a train on Overpass now.
The trains are infiltrating other maps. Because maybe Train has a some kind of complex. Afraid it's going to be removed, James.
Were there moving trains on previous iterations of Train somewhere?
I don't think so, no. There was always like moving cars on Nuke, I think.
I feel like I've seen more trains somewhere else, but I can't remember where in the previous version of CS. I don't know. 13-4, 9-round lead for Optic. Luminosity still unable to provide a significant offering. Their weaponry will be rationed, but it's Destiny who is delivering for the side. They've got a man advantage now. They can't get to the guns just yet, and he has been fully wrecked. There goes the AK. The only AK they had in their possession, the only rifle. SHOOWTiME in connector. And he's got PKL on the flank with a P-something. P250, I presume. Down goes mixwell. Gets caught with a grenade in his hand. Down goes the bomb. And Rush is heavily tagged. That 5-7 may be able to take him in one shot. The smoke's gone too deep. There's going to be a gap. Rush has a Molotov, however, but why would he throw a Molotov into a smoke?
Indeed. It would be kind of strange.
If he sees a gap, though, maybe the Molotov comes out.
Yep. Or he'll get the bomb, and when the smoke goes away, he can buy time by throwing the Molotov, or he can go down straight away. SHOOWTiME picking up the round for Luminosity, but what do Optic decide to do here? Considering, okay, I was going to say, considering their money, it's a little bit sketchy to go for the full buy. They don't have a full amount of stock to work with, but against a team that they definitely feel like they are better than from an individual perspective, a quick set piece onto the A site with limited guns and utility actually can work quite well. The Tech 9 is very good at taking space very quickly and drawing fire.
4 players in A for the CT side. Fairly standard stuff at the beginning of a round on Train. Smoke still will allow Stanislaw to creep in. Down goes PKL, but is he ready for SHZ? Indeed he is. How many more acronyms can he take down in one round? There goes another one. Destiny falls as well. A very fast 4K for Stanislaw. SHOOWTiME, last man standing in the connector area.
Yeah, a much less doable situation than the previous time. Oh, gets himself straight into the middle of the site. Wildly missing the spray though. And 14-5 with a reset economy. Boom. That is painful for Luminosity. That is very painful indeed. Stanislaw, as you can see, very decisively walking in here, expressing his individual skill, perhaps his individual superiority in the game of Counter-Strike over his opponents in that instance, at the very least, in that one round. He was the best man. And here we will see some more nades into some more smokes covering the A yard. Luminosity did allow them to walk through quite easily in the previous round. And finally, we get some counter smokes as well.
Yeah, LG holding a lot more forward in this particular round. But again, they have limited utility. Their guns suck in comparison to their opponents. It's not a happy time on train for the Luminosity side. 9 rounds behind. Their rifler has taken significant damage. And SHZ has been shot in the face. So far, so good for Optic. Time on the clock. There's a flank coming in. It's SHOOWTiME, but Stanislaw is waiting. Does he have the off angle? Flying SHOOWTiMe. Stanislaw surely heard the sound cues, but I don't think he fired a gun. Meanwhile, all the man dem are over towards A main. There will be trades, man advantage, but narrowly, mixwell's got 3 HP.
PKL's position, though, is really sneaky. Completely undiscovered. There's too few players for Optic, and the time is starting to run quite low for them to properly check every position. And this is what happens in that situation. He is completely unchecked in a blind spot. They may feel that his position is completely safe, and that is exactly what's happening. Can't get the follow-up, though. There may have been an opportunity. They know where he is now, or maybe not. Where is NAF looking? Gets shot straight in the face, and now PKL's on for the clutch. 1 versus 1. The bomb is not down. There's 15 seconds to plant it, although Rush waits. He planned it all, and that will be PK down. His dreams have been swept away from him. He's left with nothing.
10 rounds. NAF shoots him. But then he's like, my controls are in reverse. Super weird. Don't know what happened there. Anyway, it's not too much bother. They have no shortage of weapons from the armory. SHOOWTiME off to a good start. Rushing was maybe not a good idea on that occasion. But Optic have time on the clock. SHOOWTiME's upgraded for an AK. He's got no teammates close to pick up the Mag 7. Perhaps Destiny's going there. He seems uncertain. Yel's in a forward position. Again, that's not a blind spot in that corner. You are easily seen there by Tees, just checking the position. Speaking of positions, Destiny could do a lot with the 5-7 here. Mixwell getting tags, but going straight back and shooting him in the dome. It's SHOOWTiME versus 4 to keep Luminosity in this. Doesn't look likely at present. Again, this is the pick of Optic. 4-man spray into a door.
Yeah, SHOOWTiME once again in that position where he's got no escape, and that's a 16-5. Very dominant from Optic. Don't know why I almost said Luminosity there. Very dominant from Optic. The skill difference was pretty clear. They just stayed in position for the entire CT side and then allowed Luminosity to run at them at certain spots and just kill them. It's very simple.
Yeah. Desk coming at you after the break. See you soon.